A cereal brand raises $100 million, gets Shakira and Amy Schumer as investors, lands in nearly 7,000 stores across America, and then their products end up in clearance shelves, marked down by $7 and still not selling. This is Magic Spoon, and their story is one of the wildest roller coasters in e-commerce right now. And here's what's fascinating: they did almost everything right. Their marketing was brilliant, their timing was perfect, the founding was massive, but something went wrong between the Instagram ads and the grocery store shelves. Today we're breaking down exactly what happened, the strategies that worked and the mistakes that didn't, and what every e-com founder needs to learn from this $100 million bet. Hi, I'm Azra from ZipChat.ai, and before we jump into the video, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel to support and to not miss weekly brand breakdowns like this one. Now, let's jump into the video. The origin story. Magic Spoon launched in 2019 with a small but a very powerful idea. What if you could eat your favorite childhood cereals without the sugar crash? Founders Gabby Lewis and Greg Savitz wasn't new to the game. They already built a cricket protein bar company together at Brown University. So when they looked at the cereal aisle and saw nothing but sugar bombs and half-hearted healthy options, they saw an opportunity. Their pitch was irresistible. 12 to 14 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carbs, 0 sugar, and flavors that promise to taste like Fruit Loops and Cocoa Puffs. For keto dieters, fitness enthusiasts, and nostalgic millennials, this was the holy grail. And the timing? Perfect. They launched just months before the pandemic hit. When COVID sent everyone home, their sales tripled from spring to fall of 2020. People were having their breakfast at home again, and Magic Spoon was there to capitalize on it. The marketing genius. Now let's talk about what Magic Spoon got absolutely right with their marketing. Because love him or hate him, their strategy was textbook perfect for a DTC brand. Nostalgia marketing. See how fun their boxes are? Those colorful, bright, and beautiful boxes, in my opinion, are an accident. They're designed to hit you with childhood memories the moment you see them. Magic Spoon understood that their customers weren't comparing them to other healthy cereals. They were competing with the memory of Saturday morning cartoons. Premium podcast placement. They went big on podcast advertising, sponsoring shows like the Tim Ferriss Show and Joe Rogan Experience. Of course, these weren't some randomly picked podcasts. They were targeted shows where listeners cared about health, performance, and optimization. And each podcast had a custom affiliate code to track ROI, subscription optimization. Here's where it gets very interesting for e-commerce brands. Magic Spoon didn't just offer subscriptions. They engineered them for retention. They made it dead easy to swap flavors, add seasonal items with one click, and feel like a VIP subscriber. Their customer portal wasn't just functional, it was designed to reduce churn. When customers could easily change their bundles instead of canceling, Magic Spoon retained 41% of customers past the order tree. That's impressive for any category, but especially for a food brand. First tip for e-commerce owners: Magic Spoon's smart cart implementation boosted their AOV by 14.5% and converted over 18,000 customers to subscription. The key? They made switching to a subscription feel like getting a reward, not signing up for a commitment. A 25% discount shown right in the card is a powerful psychology. $85 million bet. In June 2022, Magic Spoon raised a massive $85 million Series B. With that money, they made a huge strategic pivot: wholesale retail. They went from online only to landing in Target, Walmart, and Costco. 6,800 stores in just 6 months. This is a dream for most DTC brands, right? Like, get off the internet, onto the shelves. And yes, the strategy made sense on paper. Cereal is an impulse category. People buy it when they see it. And Magic Spoon's bright boxes would for sure stand out in that healthy food aisle like a neon light. But here's where the cracks started to show. The pricing problem. At $9 to $10 just for 7 ounces, Magic Spoon costs 2 to 3 times more than regular cereal. Online, they could justify this with like education, content, and subscription discounts. But in a store, you're standing there comparing it to other cereals that are like placed just next to it, seeing the price, seeing the size, and suddenly it doesn't make sense. The taste reality. Okay, I want to be totally honest here. I think sugar-free anything, let alone cereal, is very difficult to get right. They use things like monk fruit, which is, yes, it's better than artificial sweeteners, but it doesn't exactly taste like sugar. Some people love it, but scroll through the most recent comments and you'll see things like, Magic Spoon cereal is so nasty, I couldn't choke down 2 of them, and things like that. I've never personally tasted Magic Spoon, but if you did, please, I'm very curious. Let us know in the comments if it's actually nasty, as they say in these comments, or do you actually like it? The fall down. By April 2024, photos went viral of Magic Spoon boxes in clearance bins at Sprouts with a $7 discount and still not moving. That's exactly when people started to ask, is this brand in trouble? The innovation treadmill. So how has Magic Spoon responded? By innovating like crazy. In late 2025, they've launched protein granola in 4 flavors, now in Walmart and Target. Just a couple of weeks ago, literally like in the beginning of January, they dropped protein pastries, 11 grams of protein and 2 grams of sugar, 3 flavors, frosted strawberry, s'mores, and cinnamon brown sugar. They also launched 2 new cereal flavors with actual marshmallows mixed in, s'mores and classic marshmallow. This is the first time they've done inclusions. All this to say that this is an aggressive product expansion. The question is, are they innovating to grow, or are they trying to find something that sticks? Second e-commerce tip for store owners. Product line expansion can be a growth strategy, but also a distraction. Magic Spoon started by saying they would stay laser focused on cereal. Now they're in granola and pastries. This might work if each product pulls its weight, but it also fragments your brand identity and strains operations. So is Magic Spoon winning or failing? Here's my honest take. Let's start with what they got right. Built a strong DTC foundation first and collected real customer data. Created a subscription model with real retention mechanics. Absolutely nailed the marketing playbook for health-conscious millennials. Secured massive funding and retail distribution. Last but not least, continuously innovate and ship new products. Now, let's take a look at what's working against them. Premium pricing is brutal in retail, where comparison shopping is instant. The taste gap between promise and reality creates negative word of mouth. Competing in grocery stores against established brands, high customer acquisition costs, that makes unit economics challenging. The keto/low carb trend might be maturing, shrinking their core audience. Here is the bigger picture. Magic Spoon represents something important in the DTC world. They prove you can build a 9-figure business by remaining in a boring category. They prove Instagram ads, podcast sponsorship, and subscription automation really work. But they also prove that what works online doesn't automatically translate to retail. That product market fit for early adopters doesn't guarantee mass market success. And that even with more than 100 million in funding, you can force consumers to pay 3 times for something that they're used to paying $4 for. E-commerce founders. If you're building a DTC brand, Magic Spoon has lessons. 1. Start DTC, but have a retail strategy from day one. Don't just assume you'll figure it out later once you have more traction. 2. Subscription mechanics matter. Magic Spoon's portal, one-click add-ons, and easy flavor swipes are nice to haves. They're retention drivers that directly impacts LTV. 3. Your online price anchoring breaks in retail. If your strategy depends on education, content, and comparison to premium alternatives, you need a different playbook for physical stores. 4. Innovation can fix a fundamental problem. If customers don't love the core product enough to repurchase, launching granola and pastries won't save you. 5. Built for word of mouth, not just first purchase. Magic Spoon got great at converting cold traffic, but are people telling their friends to buy it? That's the real test. So where does Magic Spoon go from here? Honestly, it's hard to say. They're still operating, still innovating, still in major retailers. But the clearance bins and the negative reviews suggest that they're fighting an uphill battle. The brand isn't dead, but it might need to make some tough choices. Do they double down on DTC and subscriptions where they're the strongest? Do they reformulate to improve the taste? Do they accept being a niche player instead of a mass market brand? What do you think? Have you ever tried Magic Spoon? Let us know in the comments. And if you're building an e-commerce brand and want to avoid these pitfalls, that's exactly what we help with at ZipChat AI, turning your browsers into buyers with AI-powered conversion optimization. Now, if you got some value out of this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you already haven't. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.